Hi all, welcome to John's Bottle Making. Today we've got Eddie Stobart, so it's trucking time. There we go. Issues 95 to 98. Excellent stuff. We have a lot of the chassis to do, the trailer chassis. We carry on. There we go, that's the first one, that's 95. So this will be the right hand side, yeah. This exact carbon copy of issue 94 basically. And then we have issue 96, more added pieces, issue 97, there we go, oh very heavy, and there we go, even issue 98, there's quite a bit to do, quite a bit of heavy pieces of kit these as well. That is definitely metal, and that is definitely metal, the axle anyway. That is brilliant. So we've got some pins to attach. Ooh, 8 of them. Shouldn't be too bad. But anyway, let's have a look at issue 95 and get on with the build. And here we have issue 95, the right chassis beam. So we got the right chassis beam for trailer part 1 and 2, the front leaf spring holder, the dual leaf spring holder, rear leaf spring holder. Excellent. There we go. And that is what we're left with. Excellent. Heavy bit of metal. There we go. So without further ado, let's get on with the build. So here we have the parts. Let's get them out. Okay, here we have the parts. This is the right chassis beam there. There's an R there and an R there. And we have these 3 pieces as well. And DDO3 screws. Now we need to marry these 2 up. So I must make sure we get this the right way. Which should be like that. There we go, all these there, and make sure we get them in the middle because that goes there afterwards. Excellent. Now we need 8 of these screws, 4 on this side, 4 on the other side, so I'll have to speed this up. There we go, that's those 8 screws now in place. Excellent, that looks as straight. Yep, yeah, that does look very, very straight. Excellent. Right, 9504. That goes there like that. We need another DDR3 screw. Again, a little bit of oil on the tip. And in she goes. Excellent. That looks brilliant. Yep. And next we need this one here, which is 9503. You see there's a larger hole and a small hole, and the middle one is the screw points. There we go. And last but not least, this is plastic, this one. One peg is bigger than the other, so that will go there like so. And we need 1 more DDR3 screw. There we go. That's ready for the next pieces in issue 96. Right, we can put that to one side. We have the magazine there for issue 96. There we go, parts supplied. Left chassis beam for trailer part 2, right chassis beam for trailer part 3, and we have DDR3 screws again. So these basically are just extensions. Yep, there we go. Got a piece on there. We need the other chassis beam that we did in 94, and that is what we're left with. Excellent. So without further ado, let's get on with the build. There we go, those are the parts. DDR3 screws again. That was has an L on it, and that has an R on it. So for this one, we'll put that there. Look how big that is now, how long that is getting. You can see that on the other camera. There we go, this is getting lengthy and very heavy. Okay, we need 8 of these DDO3 screws again, so we can put some oil on these, pop them into place, and then once we've got all 8 in place, we can then further tighten them up. Okay, so now we've got the left chassis beam 9402, and now we have it 9601, which goes just there like that. And again, 4 screws here and 4 on the other side. Always use a little bit of oil. Oh, there we go. Those are those tapered sections added onto those chassis beams, left and right. Excellent stuff. There we go. You can clearly see how long that is now. Looking brilliant. We have 2 more issues to complete. That is looking absolutely brilliant. Right, let's get on with issue 97. Okie doke. Issue 97, joining the chassis beams. So you have left chassis beam for trailer part 4, right chassis beam for trailer part 4, trailer chassis front crossbar, dual leaf spring holder crossbar, front leaf spring holder round crossbar, dual leaf spring holder round crossbar, adjustable feet crossbar, and we have DDO3, DPO7 and DDO4 screws. There we go. So we extend the chassis beams again. There we go. A lot of steps, and then we put the crossbars in. Yep. There we go. Then we join the 2 beams together, and that is what we're left with. But you can see how long that's going to be. Excellent stuff. So without further ado, let's get on with the build. Here we have the parts. There we go. Those are all the parts. Those are the screws. The only thing plastic are these 2. All these are metal. Now this is the right one. It has R stamped on it, and that is the left one. Just same as the chassis beams and the extensions on the chassis beams. All stamped with the relevant part. Okie doke. Okay, so we'll start with the left, which is that one. Pop these to one side, and bring the chassis beam over. That goes there, like so. Yeah, excellent. And we need 4 screws for these. So we get the screws out. Okay, so we got 9601, 9701, and 4 DDO3 screws. There we go, excellent. Now we do that again with this piece and the other chassis beam. So then we got the we got the right hand side. There we go, excellent. That is both chassis beams now complete. Now at this point what you can do, you can go along and check the other screws to make sure that they're all as tight as they need to be. A lot of movement, it won't surprise me if 1 or 2 are loose. Don't overdo it, whatever you do. Okay, now that we've checked all the screws that are nice and tight, we do need now 9703, which goes into the left chassis beam, so we'll just pop the right one to one side for now. Okay, now we can move on to fitting the crossbar. This is the crossbar 9703, and we need to fit this first of all onto the left chassis beam, which is got an L, and that will go in there like so. So we must make sure that is in that direction. There we go. And we can secure that with a DDO4 screw. Excellent. So that's step 1 and step 2 of fitting the crossbar. Next we want 9707. So with the crossbar like that, or the chassis beam like that, and the crossbar there, this one goes in here, I believe. Yeah, like that. That's wrong way around, John. Like that. Should do. There we go. Bit stiff, bit of paint there in that hole. So that faces like that. And again, we need to secure that with a DDO3 screw. The instructions can be a little bit confusing because they have the chassis beam one way and then the other way. So be careful of the instructions. I know they're supposed to help, but sometimes it's a little bit confusing. Next we need 9704, which is this crossbar. With that pip up there pointing upwards, it fits just here like that. And again we need a DDO3 screw. There we go. Excellent. That's all 3 crossbars fitted. Let me show you the overhead. There we go. 1, 2, 3 crossbars all in place. Excellent stuff. Now we need, okay, next step, 9706 and 9705 we need to fit into there, onto there, and to secure them with DPO7 screws. Excellent. Now we can bring this right chassis beam across, and we can fit that and that through there first, and get these crossbars located as well as at the same time. There we go. I think that is, that one's flipped out. That's that one in. Okay, now we need to secure all of these. Excellent. So DPO7 screws, DDO3, DDO4 screws. So I need to turn this around. Okay, doke. Now flipped it on its side, we can put the first screw into place. We got this cross beam there. This is a DDO3 screw, same as the other side. And last, but certainly not least, we have one DDO4 screw. Excellent. There we go. That is looking superb. Let's have a look on another camera. Okay, then let's pick this up. There we go. That's looking brilliant. Excellent stuff. That's everything in place and all nicely tightened up. Brilliant. So that means we've only got issue 98 left to do now. Excellent. If you want to check the screws again, you might as well. But I know I've already checked mine, so we'll move straight on to issue 98. Okay, issue 98, we have the leaf springs and rear axle. So rear axle for trailer park 1 and 2, left transverse torsion bar, right transverse torsion bar, left longitudinal torsion bar, right longitudinal torsion bar, left rear leaf spring, right rear leaf spring, left air bumper stopper, right air bump stopper, a left torsion bar holder, right torsion bar holder, left rear wheel hubcap along with the right wheel hubcap, and 8 leaf springs, DPO3 and DPO7 screws. Excellent stuff. That's all of them. We're gonna have fun with them pins, aren't we? So first off, we do the leaf springs with the pins. Yep, there we go, that's them two both in place. And then we have the axle, yeah, fitting the axle and torsion bars. There we go. There's quite a bit to it, quite a lot of steps. There we have the torsion bar holders, and there we have the air bump stopper, and we keep hold of, yep, 9809, no it's not, sorry, not 9809, the hubcaps anyway. Excellent stuff. Well, the hubcaps 9813 and 9814. Yep, left and right rear wheel hubcaps. Excellent. So without further ado, let's get on with the build. Okay, now let's get the parts out. There we go. We got all the parts. Those are the pins. That's metal, plastic, and the rest are plastic. These are the little hubcaps. They have magnets in them, so that's brilliant. Yep. So we can keep them to one side, and we can move on to step one, which is a left rear leaf spring. These should be labelled left and right, so I thought. Usually are. That says 1. Oh no, that said 2, sorry. Anyway, doesn't look like there's a difference anyway. So let's move on to step 1. So I need the chassis beams back. Flip that around. There we go. Excellent. Now that will fit there and there, and that will fit there and there. And we need the pins. Okay, now we got 2 pins. Pins have a rough end and a smooth end. So we pop the smooth end first, pop that through there, and it finds its way part way through, and then you just squeeze it through with the rough end. Just like that. There we go. That's one half of that leaf spring in place. And again, at this end, sometimes these go in. Just a little bit of a pressure from one side. There we go, like that. That's that in place. Now, even though it's a leaf spring, it's not going to really move much, but you can see a little bit of movement there. And you can see the 2 pins in place. Now we need to do this other side. So we've got 2 more pins. And again, smooth ending first. There we go. And then there we go. That has gone through. Move this around. There we go. I can see that a bit better there. Smooth ending again first, and then you can do it either way. There we go. That's 2 leaf springs in place. Excellent. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And there is no difference between these, even though they've labelled them up differently in the instructions. They are both exactly the same. These pegs are both exactly the same. Okay, at this point what we need is 9801, which is this piece, which is metal, which fits onto these 2 leaf springs. And there we go. Excellent. Make sure you get these there facing each other. Excellent. Now we secure that with DPO 7 screws. We need 2 of, 1 there and 1 there. And like I said before, the leaf springs are identical. Next we need these 2 bars. These are longitudinal left and right. I'm not exactly sure which is left or right because they look identical, just like the leaf springs, but that one goes there and that one goes there. And as you can see, there's looks to be, there we have bolts there, that plate either side at the bottom and the top, so make sure they're facing upwards. They look to be bolted into place. Now we fit these with the leaf springs. So I need 4, sorry, we fit these with 4 pins. So again, pop the pin through there, and sometimes just press it in. There we go, that's in place now. And lift then this end up, pull the other pin through there and squeeze that all the way through. Brilliant, easy peasy. Now we need to do this side. So again, this is the longitudinal bar. There we go. As you can see, it looks like 2 moulded bolts there. So we have that facing upwards, and pop the smooth end of the pin through the hole first. That will hold that there actually, so we can get the other end in. And there we go. Now we just need to force them through. So that one and that one, excellent. But that is brilliant. You can see the pin there and the pin there, and these what look like moulded on bolts facing up for them joints. Okay, next piece is 9802. As you can see, it will only fit on one way like that. You can't fit it the other way. There you go, just doesn't go, so it will only go one direction. And we fit that with DD03 screws. So we have 3 screws, DD03, and put the first one. There we go. That's that rear axle in place. Excellent stuff. 1, 2, 3 screws. Next we take the torsion bar holders. That one's right, that one's left. They have them stamped on, and we basically pop these into the holes there like that, and this being on the right, it will fit into that slot there, and it will fit just there like that. And you'll see here, just there, there we go, different shot, different camera, there we are, you can see it popping through there. You'll do the same on the left hand side, pop that into there like that, turn that around, fit into the slot at the top here like that, and there you can see it coming through. There we fit them in place with these 2 pieces, slot into the back there, that'll keep them in place. Okay, so these are the air bump stoppers. As you can see, there's a peg there. Yeah, you can see a peg at one end, and in the middle is where that torsion bar holder goes in. That will slot into the top part of the axle. Let's see if we can put one in place. It's going to be difficult to show you this actually. There we go. They're both identical, these. So the little peg on the stopper goes at the bottom, and I can just push that. That's where it will hold it. I need to straighten that up a little bit. There you go, that's fully into place now. You can put them on and put that on afterwards, but it's easier to put them both in together. So again, the little peg there was at the bottom, and get that post into the middle, and there we go. That one's gone in a lot easier. Excellent. That one was a lot tougher, but that is them. There you go, into place. Excellent stuff. No screws needed there. As you can see, they fit nicely into them slots that were there and there. Brilliant. So that is issue 98 complete. There we go, on the overhead. You can see them just about there. Yep. That is everything in place now. Here we are. There we go. Put that out of the way. That is everything in place. Brilliant. That is going to be massive. That's the right way up. Excellent. Let's have a look what we get in issue 99. There we go. The outer rear trailer wheel. Now, I think next month we're going to get a little bit tired of this because I think there might be 3 altogether. Have a look on the Hachette website and you will find out. So there we go. Luckily I've got a shaft big enough for that. That is brilliant. I do double check the tightness of them screws as well, especially before you put the 2 cross beams together. The 3 cross beams I should say. The 2 chassis beams together. Make sure everything is nice and very good. Hand tight, that is. Don't overdo it. Don't use too big a screwdriver because you will break a thread if you try that. There we go. That is looking fantastic. Excellent. So that is issues 95 to 98, and as you know, issue 99 is another wheel. Excellent. But at least we get the tyre with it this time, and I'm sure the next 2 after that are tyres as well. Oh dear. But you never know, we might be able to get all this. We could do with the, yeah, we need the other one, don't we? Excellent. Anyway, well, that is looking absolutely brilliant. Yeah, and it makes you wonder sometimes when you get parts in these issues and you only get little bits of plastic or whatever, then it comes to these, and they are so heavy, you know, this is when you get your money's worth. Excellent. Anyway, if you did like that, give us a big thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you next month for the next one. Brilliant. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Stay safe. Bye for now.